In my last video, I imported myself, aka yours truly, the Prince of YouTube, PS Compulsion, aka Prince Anthony, into the Steph Curry era, and we rebuilt my squad, my boys, the New York Knicks. And I decided, you know what, I'm gonna keep the theme going. I'm gonna do the same thing for every single era that my NBA has to offer. So today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna be hopping into that good old LeBron James era. And it still brings back memories back on NBA 2K23 when I created the LeBron James era, and then 2K stole my idea and literally put the era into the game without my... Yo, I'm not even gonna go down that rabbit hole. Y'all can check it out on my channel. Those who know. I'm not getting over that, bro. I'm not gonna get over that. But it's been a while since I uploaded my last video, also because I've been waiting to see what patches 2K drops. I uploaded my last video when 2K first came out, so it's been a while. We dropped some patch. Well, they dropped some patches. So hopefully my NBA is a lot much more smoother, because in my opinion it wasn't. There was a little bit of bugs, bro. It definitely was a little bit of bugs. But I'm gonna stop yapping. We're about to hop into it. But before I continue, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Prince YouTube PS Compulsion signing in here, aka Prince Anthony. Let's get things rolling. Going back in that time machine. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the LeBron James era. Let's see what video intro we got for this one. We have one for the Steph Curry. Let's see if we got... Okay, we definitely do for LBJ as well. Of course, they gotta have one for LBJ. But my guy LeBron leaving the Cleveland Cavaliers to join Miami. Look at him. Bro had to start the super teams up, right? I don't know if y'all peeped, but they had the wrong Knicks court when LeBron dunked the ball. So you had Derrick Rose, prime Derrick Rose, the Boston Celtics, Miami Heat, OKC. You can't forget about OKC. Can't forget about Kobe as well.
Everyone is coming for the throne.
Kobe turning, fading. Oh, we got Dirk as well. Alright, we about to be lit, bro. We definitely about to be lit. When it comes to my rebuilds, I always do play a progression rate at 45, so I decrease it by 5 points. I don't really touch anything else for the most part. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the LeBron James. Okay, I was reading something that just caught me off. I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? So this was one of the peak eras to me. This is when basketball really, like, I really fell in love with basketball watching this era. Like, this was crazy time. Looking at my New York Knicks during this time, I remember this team like it was just yesterday, bro. And this was before we made the Carmelo Anthony trade. So that means there's no Melo on this team, and they did a pretty decent job with this roster. It looks pretty accurate. Except for those last 3 players. Those are other generated players, of course. So for anybody that don't remember how to import your own custom player DNA from My Career, that's how you do it. You just literally go to created players. And here I am, Prince Anthony. Right now I'm a 77 overall on My Career. The last time I uploaded a video, I think I was like a 73-ish, somewhere around there. But I added myself to free agency, and like before, I'm gonna do the same thing that I did, which was sign myself to a 4-year deal. Also, I gotta change my loyalty stats up to 100. But before I could do that, look at this. My roster is full, so that means I'm gonna have to get rid of some players and make some cap space in order to sign myself to a deal. So that's how... The same thing I did for my first rebuild for the Steph Curry era. But there's one more thing I'm going to do. For this rebuild, I'm going to make things a little bit different. I'm going to decrease my stats. So all my scoring stats, I'm going to leave that. I'm going to decrease that all the way down. The only thing that I'm really changing is my durability and like the intangibles and potential. This is the best deal that I could find for Eddie Curry, getting him off the team. He's 27 years old. And Todd Smith, I don't actually want him as well. I kind of just want that first round pick, but I don't think I'll be able to do so without making this deal. I'm going to make all my trades during the offseason, so gotta do it. Opening that last roster spot up for me. So Harrington, this created auto-generated player, you gotta go, bro. You got to go. So ladies and gentlemen, it is time to add your boy into the LeBron James era for sure. I'm a 68 overall now. I decreased my stats as much as I could, bro. Because listen, because of my potential, I'm going to fly up. So I'm not really too worried about it. But 4-year deal for me. Welcome myself to the New York Knicks. Raymond Felton is going to be mentoring me for right now. This season, I'm not going to really do too much with the roster. I want to get to the offseason. Also, for individual training, it worked in my last rebuild, so I'm going to do the same thing. Load management set to high, and also for shooting guard, skill training focus. I did offensive last time. I'm going to see what happens if I leave it at all around. And let's see what happens during the offseason. There's a few more things I needed to change. So college, I added myself to Syracuse. Jersey number, changed that to number 11. They had me as like number 34, some crazy number like that. Also, the rest of those stats I didn't touch like at all. I just left it as it is. It's pretty generic. Loyalty, I put it to 100% because this is a Prince Anthony rebuild. I'm rebuilding the Knicks during the LeBron James era around myself, so I can't have myself wanting to leave the team. That's just gonna mess everything up, bro. So rebuilding the rotations. They got me in the starting lineup with Raymond Felton, Danilo Gallinari, Amari Stoudemire, and Ronnie Turiaf. Mike D'Antoni, head coach. I wasn't expecting this season to really go anywhere, but I'm really surprised. 40 wins. We finished the season with 40 W's with that roster. That's a bad roster, too. Rookie of the year being DeMarcus Cousins. I was going to try to trade for him during the offseason, but I'm not going to spoil it. Y'all know I'm about to go crazy with the trades. So, ladies and gentlemen, we end up being the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. And we're facing off against the Miami Heat in the first round. Guess who's getting swept? Us. So Chris Bosh is injured. Maybe we could win like 2 games or so. Maybe. That's a big maybe. They got me running the point. I'm not really a point guard, but I kind of do play like a point guard, so it's not really surprising that they have me at that position. And that's my secondary position as well. Let's see how I did for the season. Amari Stoudemire, leading scorer for our team. I had 13 points, 4 assists for my first season in the NBA. That's pretty decent. That's pretty decent right there. So let's sim the playoffs, and I won 1 game against the Miami Heat. I'll take it. And your NBA champions are the Orlando Magic. Prime Dwight Howard finally got a ring. That took way too long to retire, bro. In my opinion. So, of course, he's going to make it into the Hall of Fame. So, let's go down. Oh, we get a new change the logo, uniforms, and floor for the New York Knicks. We get a little bit of a team rebrand. You love to see it. Definitely love to see it. So let's see. We are projected. No, we're not going to get a top 10 pick. I just remembered we made the postseason. All you got to know is that I hired the best available, bro. That's literally all that I did. I hired the best available, and Mike D'Antoni is still our head coach. I'm going to keep Mike D'Antoni. I have to, bro. He is exactly what we need to unlock our offense. I just need to fill in this last position for the head scout. Ellis Thorpe, welcome to the squad. But I'm keeping Mike D'Antoni because we need an offensive coach to help unlock our offense. I plan on getting a lot of defensive players, and Mike D'Antoni could help us with the offense. There's some good picks still remaining here at the end of the first round, or towards the end of the first round. I was going to take Tristan Thompson, but you know what? I'm going to go with Kenneth Faried. I'm going to move him to the center position and literally make him our center. Coming in as a rookie, I feel like, although he may not have the height for it, he definitely plays like a center. So it just makes sense having him at that position, then Amari Stoudemire at the 4. Or I might flip-flop. I don't know yet. Let's see what happens. But being the 16th pick in the draft, that's not too bad. It's basically a late first rounder. Well, lottery pick. This is who I was trying to trade up to get. Kyrie Irving. But there's not many players on the team to trade right now because, as you guys saw, a lot of the contracts expired this season. So we don't really have much room to operate. So Kenneth Faried, we're bringing him in. Gallinari and Randolph, we're going to keep them on the team. I'm going to trade Ronnie Turiaf. He accepted that player option on his team. I don't want him on the team anymore. Y'all know when it comes to me and these rebuilds, I always got to get the youth movement going, bro. One thing that I realize is that before free agency starts, normally a lot of players are ready to re-sign with your team. If you have a good season on my NBA, that's pretty dope. So Anthony Randolph, welcome back to the team. Gallinari, of course, I'm going to lock him down. He can't be our starting caliber small forward, though, because he's not the best defender. So we definitely got to see if we get an upgrade at that position. Primarily see if we could maybe get Melo during free agency. I have to clear some cap, though. Ronnie Turiaf, he wants to resign, but I need the salary cap. So I'm going to see if we could dump him for a first rounder. I'm not trying to take any cap space back. That's the main thing that I'm looking for. Let's see. Houston Rockets. I'll take this top 3 protected pick. Ladies and gentlemen, we got some tough decisions to make right now. So, I don't have enough money to sign Carmelo Anthony, right? In real life, he got traded to the New York Knicks. We also got like Chauncey Billups in the deal and a few other players. We traded away quite a bit to get him. You see all the offers here for Melo, right? Now, the problem is, with our current salary cap breakdown, we only have basically $10 million to spend. Even if we was to trade Raymond Felton, I still don't think we would have enough money to sign Melo because Melo's all about the money. But we're not going to have enough money to sign Melo, right? The only player that I could get rid of where we would realistically be able to get Melo right now is if we trade Amari Stoudemire. And to be honest, I think I'm going to trade Amari. I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I got to trade it. I mean, DeMar DeRozan and Jose Calderon, that's not too bad of a deal. Definitely not too bad of a deal. I wanted Kyrie Irving on our squad, though. Me and Kyrie in the backcourt would have been so dope. But that Raptors team is going to be so good for the future. Let's see. Maybe I could get James Harden. James Harden for Amari Stoudemire? No trade offers there at all. What about Paul George? Let's see if we could do this. I might be able... Oh, he's going into his sophomore year. His rookie season just finished. Let's see what trade offers. Oh, we get some trade offers. Paul George and Darren Collison on rookie deals, basically, for Amari Stoudemire. A 21-year-old and a 23-year-old. Nah, I gotta do this deal, bro. I definitely gotta do this deal. I'm not giving up a lot, and I'm getting back 2 good prospects, young prospects. I gotta make the deal. Definitely had to go with this deal. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the squad. Paul George and Collison. The best part about that deal is that we now have cap space. We still have a decent amount of cap space now to try to sign Carmelo Anthony. I wonder if we could pull this off. Rebuild is completed. Let's see. And we do not get Melo after the first day of the moratorium period. Aw, man. All right, never mind. Melo has decided to re-sign with Denver. I gotta fill out the team the best that I can at this current time because we didn't get Melo, but we still have a good amount of players. That's the only thing that matters. And the best part is we went extremely young, so we got back some good young pieces. I'm a young piece as well, so we're gonna be lit with this team. Wilson Chandler, Landry Fields, Jody Meeks, welcome. Player progression time. Let's see how we're looking. There we go. Paul George immediately jumped up with his overall after his rookie season. Listen, with me and prime Paul George and Darren Collison, an amazing defender. He was an excellent defender back in those days for Indy. This team is looking very, very solid. And it's not very one-sided as well. We have depth at like every single position. I filled out the team the best that I could with some decent defenders. I'm not trying to get a lot of offensive players. I want to get a lot of good defensive players. And then Mike D'Antoni is going to help boost our offense. And look at me jumping up to a 76 overall. I thought... Why is my mid-range and three-point shooting stats going down? I might have to adjust my training. But the rest of the team is looking solid. This is what I was referring to. This skill training focus actually works when it comes to progressing your players. And I had to change the load management for some of the other players in our team as well. So, rebuilding the rotation. Mike D'Antoni helping us with the offense. Darren Collison. You got me, Paul George, Wilson Chandler, Kenneth Faried. That's a good starting lineup. That's a good starting 5, bro. We're all very young as well. We're going to have the chance to develop. And we have a pretty decent bench as well. We should be able to make the postseason. I'm on the road to 50. We're almost to 50 wins. There we go. We did it. Let's see if we could win any more. 51 games. Derrick Rose averaged 35 points and 9 assists. Yo, if he wasn't injury prone in real life, bro, dude would have been a beast. He would have at least won like 2 rings. Easy. But that's crazy. Winning 51 wins with the team. I told y'all. Y'all just got to trust in PS Compulsion. This year, we are the 2nd seed. Facing off against the 7th seed, Charlotte Bobcats, in the first round of playoffs. They got Klay Thompson. They drafted Klay Thompson. They got Steve Novak on the team. Team is looking pretty good. I might have to rebuild the Charlotte Bobcats again. But anyways, 18 points, bro. Average 18 points this season. Paul George, 14 points. Dynamic duo right there. Definitely not expecting us to do much this postseason though. Let's see if we can make it out the first round. We do. Second round matched up against the Atlanta Hawks. I'm just gonna sim the round because I don't think we made it to the East Finals. Facing off against MVP Derrick Rose. Man, I don't think we're gonna we got swept. I wasn't expecting us to win, but sheesh. We didn't have to get swept. Durant wins with OKC. Not expecting us to really do much with the draft lottery or get a high pick. It's funny that the Cavs and the Warriors have the top 2 picks. I think I'm gonna try to trade for one of those picks. Listen, man, I can't let Golden State get who I think they might draft. So Gallinari, second rounder, first rounder is not a trade that they want. I throw in another future first rounder, still nothing. I might have to throw in another future first rounder. Come on, I just want that second overall pick, bro. I know who I want. Let's try this trade. They accepted the deal. I actually wasn't expecting them to accept that deal. I was gonna take that out, take out one of the first rounders and throw in like a second rounder, but come on, bro. That was a little bit too much. Number 1 pick goes to the Cavs. They get Anthony Davis, and with the second overall pick, I know y'all probably expecting me to choose someone like Andre Drummond or Bradley Beal or Chris Middleton or even a Dame Dollar. Damian Lillard. He would fit perfect on this team, actually. However, the type of team I'm building, I gotta go with Draymond Green, bro. A young Draymond Green. Gotta get him on the team. I know Draymond hates the Knicks in real life, so what better way than to have him what better than to have him win a championship with my squad? This is a perfect deal. A little bit too perfect. Felton is definitely not better than Eric Bledsoe at this point of his career. I think I'm gonna do this deal, and he's a better defender. I don't want that Ryan Gnomes person. I really don't care about the picks anymore at this point. But I feel like this deal is definitely going to help solidify us. We're going younger, bro. We're definitely going younger. So Raymond Felton, 2 second. Oh, they accepted the deal. And I remember too, in real life, the Clippers was doing a lot to try to get rid of Eric Bledsoe. So, ladies and gentlemen, we did it. Damian Lillard going to the Indiana Pacers. That's crazy. But ladies and gentlemen, we got the guy that we wanted, Draymond Green. Also, of course, I'm picking up the team options on their contracts. I'm not going to let them go. We're building the team around them as well. Big shout out to myself for making this rebuild a little bit easier by being willing to re-sign. So I'm going to re-sign myself probably, okay, I'll do the 12 mil per year. So I'm going to re-sign myself right before free agency starts. And I think there was one more person. Oh, Timothy Mozgov. He wanted to re-sign with us. Why not? Not an offensive player, a defensive player. So our team have the perfect blend of offense and defense, but mainly defense. Not do it much this offseason, but I really didn't expect for Wilson Chandler to re-sign with us. I slid him over to the power forward position. So him and Draymond Green at that position would be dope. Eric Mayer or Maynard, I got him as just like a third string guard just in case somebody gets injured. Yeah, gotta get rid of Omer Asik. So I'll take the second rounders from the Cleveland Cavaliers. He could go help out Anthony Davis on the Cleveland Cavaliers. But ladies and gentlemen, player progression time. Paul George has jumped up. I jumped up as well. I am now a 85 overall. There we go. My mid-range and my three-point shot going back up. All my stats are going up. This is what I want to see right now. So dynamic duo, bro. Prince Anthony and Prime Paul George. We're going to win a championship within the next 2 seasons, tops, bro. But the rest of the team looking good as well. Wilson Chandler got him back on the team. Darren Collison, I expected his stats to go up. I'm surprised it didn't. Eric Bledsoe is there. Kenneth Faried doing his thing as well. So the rest of the team is looking good. Like I said, this team is the perfect blend of offense and defense. So it's going to be a lot easier to win a championship too. And we got the playmaking skills of Draymond Green as well. So good playmaking and defense as well as offense. The team is coming together perfectly, bro. Just looking at this squad, we're definitely going to make it back to the East Finals, especially the way that our players are developing. I'm surprised at the lineup that we're going with. Draymond not starting at the power forward. Instead, it's Wilson Chandler and Timothy Mozgov starting over Kenneth Faried. That's kind of surprising as well. However, both of them has been progressing pretty well. And the rest of the team as well, Landry Fields. I keep wanting to say like Landry Shamet. I'm thinking modern era. Don't worry, we're doing the modern era once the NBA season actually starts. Can we hit 60, bro? I guess not. Almost there though. 58 W's. Derrick Rose averaging 39. Oh my god. Yo. Every year he keeps averaging more and more points. But of course, AD Rookie of the Year. Let's see. Nobody from our team won an award because of course. But you know what I always say about the rebuilds? If we win more than 60 games, the rebuild is automatically complete. We're winning the championship. So we're in the first round, matched up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. I felt like I keep saying the Cavs name like all video. But Anthony Davis facing off against him in the squad in the first round. We are the second seed once again. We can never finish as number 1 for some reason. I don't know why. Me and Paul George playing all 82 games. You love to see it. Dynamic duo right there. Look at us. I averaged 17 points this season. He averaged basically 17 as well. Let's see how this postseason run goes. Sim in the first round, and we win 4-1, eliminating the Cleveland Cavaliers. Next round matchup against the Wizards. We beat them 4-2. But facing off against Philly, they don't even have Andre Iguodala. How does MVP Rose lose to the Philadelphia 76ers, bro? This team, Mike Bridges, not even Mikal Bridges, Mike Bridges. Who is this? Looks like a custom generated player. Jrue Holiday will be the perfect fit for this team. If we could get him during the offseason, perfect, bro. Perfect fit. But let's see how we do against the Philadelphia 76ers. I'm surprised we're not facing off against the Chicago Bulls. Looks like we're about to get the sweep. That's really surprising that the Chicago Bulls lost them. Derrick Rose probably had to have gotten injured, bro. That's the only thing that makes sense in terms of why we're facing Philly instead. But it looks like Philly might pull this game out. Y'all know I had to hop into the Simcast. The game is close, but it looks like they're pulling away down the stretch. We lost by 2 points. That means that the next game we're definitely going to win. So hopping into that Simcast once again. Knicks in 5. We get to win on our home court. The Eastern Conference Championship. It looks like that's... Oh, it's a close game. It's a close game. And we just pulled away. Okay, it looks like we pulled away. We're good. So with 10 seconds left, well, 11 seconds left, we're up by 6. This game is basically ours. 5 of 20 from the field for your boy Prince Anthony. I was just chucking up shots. And we still won. Ladies and gentlemen, your Eastern Conference champions. The New York Knicks. So that's very shocking that we didn't end up facing off against Derrick Rose. MVP Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. I really wanted that matchup again, bro. I wanted that matchup again so we could actually beat them and get past them. What's been going on with the Miami Heat? I was expecting to face them in the East Finals as well, but they look like they're going through a horrible roster construction other than their big 3. But ladies and gentlemen, we're in the finals against OKC. I don't expect us to win. We're facing off against Prime Westbrook, Harden, Kevin Durant. Y'all know how that goes. They still got Jeff Green, Cephalosha, Mario Chalmers even left Miami to go play with OKC. So I don't expect us to defeat the NBA champs. Let's see. We got a 2-0 series lead, 3-0 series lead. We have a chance to sweep these boys. That's crazy. Somebody has to be injured on OKC because there's no way we're winning like this. Look at that. We're smacking OKC. Ladies and gentlemen, the rebuild is completed. We are your NBA champions. 5 seconds left. I'm gonna hop in so we can watch that championship celebration. But 19 points for me, much better game than clinching the East Finals. But oh my goodness, there we go. Kevin Durant is injured. That's basically why we won. Kevin Durant injured. Let's see his injury. A strained left MCL.
And they've done it. The New York Knicks have won the NBA championship.
We have done it a little bit closer. Well, not closer. A little bit faster than I expected. I really didn't expect to win the championship this season. Maybe in like another 2 seasons. Very interested in seeing who gets the finals MVP. In the last rebuild, I think they gave it to Porzingis. If they give it to Paul George, I'm going to be upset. Okay, there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, your finals MVP, Prince Anthony. Let's go. I'm happy with that. Finals MVP. We are your NBA champions. The rebuild is complete. And in the NBA Finals, I averaged 4 assists and 23 points. My free throw percentage, 100. I always max out my free throws. Even in my career, that's the first thing that I max out. You gotta be able to make free throws, bro. You definitely have to be able to. So looking at the postseason, me and Paul George, dynamic duo, and we have a lot of different scoring options that could help us. Wilson Chandler, Eric Bledsoe as well in double figures. That's very, very good. I like this, bro. I really like this. I had fun doing this rebuild. 23 points. But you know what? Now I'm up to 15 badges. When I started this rebuild, I only had 11. So my career is going very, very well so far. We're going to run this back. We're going to do it again. I want to defend my championship. The only thing that matters is that Giannis is going to the Raptors. Him with Kyrie Irving and DeMar DeRozan is crazy. But we drafted Andre Roberson. I'm going to keep him. I'm letting go of that other guy. And in terms of the team, obviously picking up the team options, I'm just bringing back our team. The main thing you do when you win a championship is that you don't make major adjustments. You just bring your squad back. So we re-signed a lot of our boys, and then look at this. That's beautiful. A lot of players are willing to re-sign with our team. We don't have to make much changes, but I'm gonna re-sign all of them. All right, player progression time. Before going into next season, look at this. This is just beautiful, bro. So I am now a 91 overall. Paul George is now a 93 overall. The rest of our team is just straight green, bro. Straight green. We have a team full of players that have specific roles in terms of defense, rebounding, and offense. Me and PG is the offense. Like, it's just working, bro. It's just working out. This team is as perfect as could be. There's no way with this team we can't repeat. But I really want to defeat the Miami Heat or the Chicago Bulls in the playoffs. Let's run it back. I told y'all already, bro. Once we hit 60 wins, it's an automatic championship. 63 W's. 63 W's. Crazy, bro. Just crazy. Nobody from our team ever wins any. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I spoke too soon. So Draymond Green, most improved player. And wait, executive of the year goes to OKC. 71 wins. They won more games than us. Is crazy. So that's basically a lock for the NBA Finals once again. And nobody from our team made the All-NBA teams. Is crazy. I should be on one of those teams. Or even Paul George. But in the first round, we are matched up against the Indiana Pacers. Look at Damian Lillard developing. Him, Danny Granger, Amari Stoudemire, Roy Hibbert, Tyler Hansbrough, Alec Burks. I told y'all that Amari Stoudemire trade worked out for both teams, bro. This is a good team. I literally don't understand why the Miami Heat, like, their roster construction for this rebuild has been, like, horrible. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, for the season, I averaged 20 points. I finally hit the 20-point mark. PG with 18. I'm pretty sure if I keep doing this rebuild, we're both going to average 25 at some point in time. Feel bad for Rose, man. He just can't catch a break. Torn left hamstring. The Bulls ain't going nowhere. And they're the second seed as well. I really want to face them in the postseason, but I guess not. So, of course, we beat Indy in the first round. Second round matched up against Orlando. We beat them 4-3. They almost came back and beat us. What was that? Dwight Howard, prime Dwight Howard, prime JJ Redick. So we're facing off against the Atlanta Hawks. The 7th seeded Atlanta Hawks. I was going to say Orlando Magic. They got Jeff Teague. This team is not supposed to be in the East Finals, bro. It's no way. What's going on in Miami? Miami losing to the Bobcats in the first round. Bobcats still got Klay Thompson, DeAndre Jordan. That's crazy. That's really crazy. This is a cakewalk to the NBA Finals, bro. It literally is. So, simming that round, of course, we sweep the Atlanta Hawks. We're in the finals against not OKC. James Harden is injured. That's why. Okay, high right ankle sprain. That makes sense. We're facing off against the Los Angeles Clippers. I was expecting it to be OKC once again. They got Raymond Felton. They still have Raymond Felton after we traded him to the Clippers. Prime Eric Gordon, Blake Griffin, Yao Ming. They got Yao Ming on the team. Al-Farouq Aminu. That's crazy. This team has no business. Even with even with somebody being injured like James Harden, there's no way OKC should have lost that series. So it looks like we're going to have an easy NBA championship again. Like I said, Clippers can't beat us, bro. They definitely can't. We have a 3-0 series lead. Let's see if we could get that sweep once again. I think we swept last year. Let's see if we can do it one more time. It looks like it. Look at this lead. It's sad, bro. It's just sad. Yeah, I can't put a Clippers team like this against us in the NBA Finals and expect us to actually lose. It's not going to happen. So 31 points. Paul George with 18. Eric Bledsoe with 18. I don't know if he's starting or coming off the bench, but it's just crazy. Blake Griffin with 25. They got him and Jameer Nelson.
And they've done it. The New York Knicks have won the NBA championship.
So that was dope, defending our crown. Back-to-back NBA champions. Oh, look, a new championship celebration, different from the one from last season. I think it was because of the David Stern passing. That's crazy. So we have two completely different championship celebrations. This is definitely different than the one from last season. And there we go, Finals MVP once again. I thought they were going to give it to Paul George or something, but looks like I have finally come into my own in terms of the offense. Me and Paul George, dynamic duo, of course, but of course, the offense runs through your boy, Prince Anthony. You feel me? Back-to-back championships for your New York Knicks. I averaged 25 and 7, shooting 100% from the free throw line in this NBA Finals. That's what I want to see. I told you guys, it's only a matter of time before I start averaging 25 points. And I think the same thing for Paul George as well. Although a lot of the shots are probably coming to me and I'm taking a lot of the shots, Paul George is also going to get a lot of shots as well. But that's really crazy to see. 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Who knows? I might eventually average a triple-double. But ladies and gentlemen, back-to-back championships for us. Rebuild complete. Defending our crowns. And look at my career so far, bro. The stats speak for itself. Probably by the end of this offseason, I'll probably be like a 95 overall, or probably a 93. So we have completed the rebuild, back-to-back championships for your boy, and I had a lot of fun in this era, bro. Like I said before, the LeBron James era is one of my favorite eras because that's when I really started to love basketball, and that's when I really started to like really just fall in love with the game, bro. Classic time, classic era, prime Derrick Rose. You can't forget about the Boston Celtics with Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, KG. You can't forget about obviously Miami Heat, LeBron, Wade, Bosh. Then you had other teams like the Indiana Pacers with young Paul George, but that was more towards like 2014-ish. It's still pretty early in the LeBron James era before he developed, but I had a lot of fun in this rebuild. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comment section below. And for the next video, we are going to be hopping into the Kobe era. I think the Kobe era is next after, yeah, the Kobe era is before the Jordan era. So we're gonna be hopping into the Kobe Bryant era, and we're gonna have some fun with that as well. And of course, I'm gonna be rebuilding the New York Knicks once again. I'm gonna do the same team for every single era that I import my player into, and we're gonna have fun with that one, bro. We're definitely gonna have some fun with that. But anyways, leave your comments for me in the comment section below. Also, click one of the playlists on the screen, check out some of my other content, and tap my face to subscribe to my channel if you haven't. Because if you haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're literally wasting time. It literally takes like 1 second to subscribe to my channel. Watch. That's it. That's all it took, bro. Just click my face right there, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. This is the Prince of YouTube, signing out.